one and all. My name is Savana Saiprasad and I am studying in the 6th grade in the Scholars International School. And I am here to tell you what I would do for the children if I became the Prime Minister of India. India is a huge country with a very large population. Our country's population is equivalent to 17.7% of the total world population, ranking number 2 in the list of countries by population. And about 164.5 million of the population are children. Let me tell you a story. One day when I was in Kerala, I was sitting in the car. I saw a kid that was picking something from the waste. He was carrying a bag that was full of things which are probably also collected from the ground. He was not wearing proper clothes and looked very tired. I also noticed that he was about my age. He was just a kid, like me, but didn't have access to the necessary things that we need to live. Then a thought popped into my mind. If I had the authority to change the life of that child and every child that was living a life like that, what would I do for them? The children are the future generation of our country. We have to do our best to give them a good life. Keep in mind, the children of today will be the future of tomorrow. There are many children out there who don't get the necessities we need to live. It breaks my heart just thinking of them. So, that is why the first thing I'll do if I become the Prime Minister of India is provide the children with the necessities that they need to live. Roti, kapda, makan, that is, food, clothes and shelter. The reason I spoke in that order is because for a person to survive, you need food. Only after getting food will you think of clothes. And after clothes comes shelter. You see, if you give a person shelter but not food, how will they survive? For food, I'll make sure every panchayat will have a food sector. The people working there will make sure that the children will be provided with food. I'll provide the children with a new set of clothes every 3 months according to their liking. I'll also give the children and their families a proper home to live. For the children whose parents have passed away, I'll encourage adoption to the families who are willing. If a family decides to adopt a child, I'll pay for the expenses of the child and the family. My aim is to rid the country of orphans, meaning that all the orphans will be found a good home. Gradually, there will be no need of orphanages. Child labour takes the sweetness of childhood away from the children and will destroy it fully. I want to make sure every single child that is working for someone will be freed. Child labour will be abolished and no child shall suffer. The rural areas being poorly developed, I'll provide electricity, water, better homes and other facilities. I'll raise awareness in the people living in villages, teaching them about better ways to live and raise their children. I'll make sure that they know that they can trust and depend on the government in times of need. Illiteracy, being another problem, stops the rural areas from developing. So, I'll open schools in the areas where literacy is less. I provide free education to the children, from kindergarten till they finish school. I'll also provide the children with free transport and free uniforms. Education is the key to development and is mandatory for the coming generations. Our children have creative minds. I want them to realize their talents and explore into what they are interested in doing. From the youngest ages, I provide training to accelerate their talents to help them reach number 1 in the whole world. First, we'll help them find their talents and then categorize them into groups according to their interests. From then on, they'll be receiving extra education on their category in addition to the general education. Family is the most important thing in a child's life. So I will make sure that at least one person from a family will be working a government job and gets their proper salaries. This way, the family, including the child, will live a stable life. I provide the people with job opportunities in India so they will not have to go to another place to work and will not have to leave their families. I also want to make more universities and colleges so that the children will not have to go abroad and study. If someone is studying for a certain subject, for example engineering or medical, they'll receive 50% of the salary of the career that they are trying to achieve. I will also create a toll-free number that the children can call and ask for any help. They can call and tell any complaint and we will try and resolve the problem. It will be available 24/7 so the children can call at any time. I wish to improve the medical facilities too. The children need to live in a country where there are less deaths and where the hospitals are top quality. The nurses and doctors will be properly trained to treat any type of emergency. The protection of the children is also another important sector, so I'll make sure no child is harmed. People who harm or do anything bad to the children will be punished. I want the children and people to live in a safe environment where there is no negativity. It is not only some people's responsibility to help the poor. It's every Indian's responsibility to take care of their people. I will encourage the people working in different businesses to donate a bit of money every year to help the poor and the needy. I am willing to do whatever it takes to improve the lives of the children and their children too. If I become the Prime Minister of India, this is what I would do for the children. Thank you for listening and have a great day.